Hello and welcome to the class. I, Dr. Meenu Balian, would be taking today the lecture on depreciation from financial accounting and analysis. As the term itself says, depreciation means depreciating, means the value would be decreasing. So, here we go with the definition which has been given by the ICMA, that is according to the Institute of Cost and Management Accounting, Accountants, London. The definition says that depreciation is the diminution. Diminution means the decreasing. The value is decreasing. Why the value is decreasing? According to this definition, an intrinsic value of the asset due to the use, because we are using any asset. Once we are using the asset, that time values goes down. And lapse of the time. Take the example of mobile phone. Earlier, when it was not a time of, not a era of smartphone, that time we are using the mobile phone which having the keypad. Now hardly people use that keypad phone. Why? Because it is, there is a time lapse. Because people having more, want more features, they just want the new technology to use. According to the time, the requirement also change. Earlier we used the mobile phone only for the purpose of calling or texting each other. But now what we are doing all the things, all the world is in your mobile phone. All the things is in your mobile phone. You can do the Google, you can check the YouTube, you can Instagram, you can make your apps, you can make your beautify your photographs, you can send emails, you can use Word format, Excel, anything else you can do on the mobile phone. Now it is very smart, that is why it is called smartphone. Can you assume, can you think that if you having this time, if you having this keypad mobile phone, it would be suits you, or would it be good for you to carry on with this mobile phone? No. Why so? Because as the technology is being changes, our requirement is also changing. That is why we need new technology, we need new innovations, we are looking for new creativity of the in the system. That is why we use the updated things. So, the appreciation says once the things has been value has been decreased of any asset just due to the time lapses and due to the technology or due to the usage of it, it will depreciate, it will not be in the original form. Have you seen any time the people are selling their product on the second hand? Somebody is purchasing second hand mobile, somebody is purchasing second hand car. Why the people are purchasing second hand product? As we know, the value is less. Just because they do not have that much money to purchase first hand product or new product, that is why they are meeting their requirement to purchase the new product, and the amount is also less. You are not supposed to pay the amount which the first hand or new things costing. You are supposed to pay according to their usage. The money value will be decreased. Second definition has been given by the Spicer and the Plager. Depreciation is permanent and continuous diminution in the quality, quantity of value or asset. What is it? Is maybe the permanent. It is permanent. Why? Once you are using anything, any commodity, any product, it will somehow it will goes down. Somehow it will, at one time there would not be any use of that commodity. So, it is a permanent and continuous diminution. It is not like that once you are using any product, after 2 months of usage the product will not be having any kind of defects. There would be continuously depreciation would be there. The value of the product will continuously goes down. So, the definition says depreciation is a permanent continuous diminution in the quality, quantity and the value of asset. More in the more detail we will talk about that. It is also applicable on the fixed asset. Fixed asset like plant machinery, are used in the business for the purpose of production or providing services. These are the two purposes for which we are using the any asset, any product. Why we are using it? The fixed asset is being used in the production process. It helps us in generating the revenue, and it for providing the different services. With this passage of time and utilization, value of such fixed asset goes down. Once you are using a particular furniture continuously for 10 years, somehow the quality would not be same as it was earlier, because there is continuously uses of that product. Value of portion of fixed asset utilized for generating revenue must be changed during the particular accounting year to ascertain the true cost. See, here we talked about year wise, means we need to evaluate every year that actual cost of the that particular asset. This portion of cost of fixed asset allocated is called the depreciation. Once you are checking that this much amount has been reduced, what you are doing every year, you are deducting depreciation. It is a expenses for the business, and it includes, you are supposed to put it into the profit and loss statement once you are showing your expenses. So, every year monthly basis you are deducting your depreciation. Maybe monthly basis, maybe yearly basis, it is totally up to the company. Once they want to reduce their expenses, they monthly doing this, means amount will be transferred to the depreciation account, and if you are doing it for the year basis, at once in a year you are charging that depreciation. Depreciation means reduction of value or asset in the utility due to the passage of time. These are the reason why this depreciation is being done. Actually, this is this is the planning for the future. We all know that once the asset will be obsolete, the asset will be totally discarded, that time you are supposed to purchase new asset. For saving money for this, we are charging the depreciation to know the real value, and we are accumulating the amount for the new machinery also. So, this is the amount which, this is the thing which happens as the passes of time, natural wear and tear, exhaustions of the subject matter. Maybe you have used so much that thing, that is why you are the product quality has been goes down. So, what we have seen here, it is on the fixed assets, it would be charged only on the fixed assets, and the reason we have came to know that passage of time due to the wear and tear, or maybe the exhaustions of the subject matter. And one more thing we have studied here, that we need to do it every year. We are supposed to do it every year to charge the depreciation at a particular percentage. In the percentage form, we used to charge this depreciation. Now, there are three terms. Sometimes it is very confusing for everyone. Sometimes we call it depreciation, some people calling it amortization and depletion, but they are not same. Some people are using it as a similar or as a synonyms, but they are not same, they are having the different meanings. The very first thing, as you know, the depreciation is a measure of wearing out of the asset from its usage of obsolescence through technology. Technology has been obsoleted, that is why you are depreciating this product, and the market has been changed. It is allocating as the expenses over estimated useful life for the asset, and it is applicable for all the tangible long term assets. I told you the tangible means the things which you can touch, which you can see, tangible long term assets. Okay. That is called the depreciation, which you are charging on the tangible long term assets, and due to this obsolescence of the technology and due to the wear and tear. Now, we are coming to the amortization. It is a systematic writing of the tangible assets over its estimated useful life. For example, like patent, purchase of goodwill. These are copyrights amortized over their useful and being intangible assets. These all are the intangible assets. Why intangible assets? You cannot see them, you cannot touch them, but they have the monetary value with them. So, this patent, copyright, purchase, goodwills, copyrights and the other things are being amortized. It is systematically we write off the assets. Third one is the depletion. What is the depletion? Depletion means once the things which you are using is also decreasing the quantity also, means the depletion charges is a measure of exhaustions of the wasting assets such as the extraction of material from coal mine. For example, once the coal mine extraction is being done, then there would be a time where there would not be any coal in the mine. So, this is known as the depletion. Now, we will talk about the different characteristics of the depreciation. The very first one is depreciation always fall in the book value of the tangible assets. We always consider it as on the book value of asset. Okay. Fall in the book value of asset is a permanent, gradual and the continuing nature. It will not be like once you are doing it and another year you have stopped it. You are supposed to follow it for year as your business goes. Third point talk about that depreciation is a expenses which does not involve cash, because you are not withdrawing any cash for this. You are just you are deducting depreciation, you are depreciating the value of the fixed asset, that this value currently the fixed asset has been costing this, because it has been depreciated. It is a process of allocation of cost of the asset over the expected useful life. You will allocate, you will do this thing till the life of the fixed asset. Suppose life of any asset is suppose 10 years. 10 years is the life of any asset. So, you are supposed to allocate this cost, do this depreciation process for 10 years, because the life of that asset is 10 years. As it is expenses and thereof, it is debited to profit and loss statement whether the business earned profit or loss, because once you are using the asset, you are using it, and due to this usage, due to this technology obsolescence, the value has been decreased. It does not having the same value when it was purchased. Once you have purchased the commodity, that time it was having different costing, different value, book value, but now once you are talking about current, due to the obsolescence of technology, due to the usage of this, it has been decreased now. If you are going to sell it, it will not be sold into the same way in the same prices. So, this whether you are earning profit or you are earning loss, it does not matter, you are supposed to charge the depreciation, and it is expenses which do not carry cash, and you are, as you all know, that all the expenses we are supposed to put all the indirect expenses into the profit and loss accounts. What are the different causes of depreciation? As I told you, that reason for this is usage of asset. Once you are using the asset continuously, the value of this asset will goes down, it will not work similarly as it was working earlier, because the new things working differently, the efficiency is totally different, high efficiency is there, and that is new things are there, new technologies are there, that is why this is more efficient. But once you are continuously using it, all the things the graphs goes down. Lapse of time. Once you are purchasing fixed asset, I told you that it is always for the long term, it is not for the short term. Any asset which you have purchased for 10 years, suppose 20 years, it is the life, maybe the life of the asset is there. So, For 10 years, for 20 years, you are supposed to continuously use it, but may be possible after some time you are supposed to update it, you are supposed to have some change in it, because due to this lapse in the time and due to the change in the technology. Natural wear and tear means you are using continuously that product, and due to this the value has been decreased. And obsolescence of the technology. Now technology has been changed, technology change every year we got new things, every year there are new features in any machinery, any system. You take the example of laptops also, there are always updation about the Windows, install the Windows 10, install the Windows 9, always updation, because every time whenever new features come they ask for the new updation to keep you aware about the current updation, current facilities. So these are the main four reasons for why this depreciation is existing. What are the objective of providing the depreciation? See, to determine the correct profit and loss, because what you are doing, if you are putting your asset as similar as you have purchased it, suppose you have purchased the asset, suppose car you have purchased for office purpose, it was rupees 5 lakh costing. After 2 years, once you start planning to sell it out, will it go in the same price? No, because you have used it. They will check how kilometers have been run, and then they will come to the particular point that it will not be same at this amount, you will not receive the same amount. So once you are determining, every year you are supposed to put the real value of the asset. This asset is we record it on the historical value, but it is not same. You are supposed to charge the depreciation. By this charging depreciation, you are actually showing the real value of that particular asset to the business owner, to the people who are very interested in your business, to the different users. The present true and fair value of the fixed asset, that is why we are also doing it. 5 lakh rupees car is now worth rupees 3 lakh, 2 lakh has been decreased. Why? Due to the wear and tear. You were using it rigorously, and due to this the efficiency has been decreased. If another people is going to purchase it, that will not get the same output. So the value he would not be able, or he would not be happy to pay the same amount, 5 lakh rupees. He would be more happy to pay less amount than the 5 lakh rupees. Determine the cost of the production. What actually cost of the production is? We want to check it. To accumulate funds for the replacement of the asset. What is meaning? That we accumulate the funds for the replacement of the asset. Suppose you are charging depreciation at the rate of 10% every year. For first year it is 10%, 50,000. Again for second year same, for third year same. According to this 50, you are charging this depreciation at 50,000 every year, you will put into the different account. So once you are putting this different amount, after 3 years or 4 years, suppose for 5 you have saved this money for 6 year, it will come out 3 lakh rupees. So this amount would be ready to replace. You would be ready, you would be having a cash amount, you would be having some amount for the replacement of current machinery, current car, whatever you are asset, on whatever asset you are calculating this. So the burden would not be immediate on you. You are supposed to, suppose the new machinery or new thing is coming in 6 lakh, now 3 lakhs is in your hand and you are supposed to just arrange 3 lakhs more. So you can do this thing, replacement, by putting the depreciation every year. What you are doing, you are playing safe, you are preparing for yourself for the losses, what loss will occur in the future. It is the convention also, always prepare yourself for the losses, do not take care of the profit. If profit happens, that is well and good, but if losses are there, you are supposed to prepare for this. From where you will arrange this money? For arranging those money, you need to depreciate that asset. That is why we always depreciate the fixed asset. to comply with the legal provisions. Legal formalities are also there. For this purpose, you need to have this charge, you need to depreciate the depreciation. Now, the different factors in the measurement. First one is estimation of exact amount of depreciation is not very easy. There are different factors which affecting it. Generally, following factors are considered to be to calculation for the depreciation. We are taking three major factors. The very first one is cost of asset including expenses for the installation charges. Suppose you have taken a machinery rupees 50,000 and installation charges was 2500. So, it will be considered as a whole, and cost of asset will include, you will also include the installation charges also, because the installation has been done for that particular asset. Estimation of useful life of the asset. How long you are supposed to use it, how long your business is supposed to use it, that is also necessary to that is also affecting the this calculation of the measurement of the depreciation. Estimating scrap value at the time of useful life of the asset. We also check, is there any wastage due to this machinery, there is any scrap value of this machinery. We also check this thing to see that what is the actual value of the asset. So, these are the main three factors which affect the measurement of the depreciation. Very first is the cost of asset, which include the expenses of installation also. Second, we talk about the life of the asset. Third, we talk about the scrap value. So, the cost plus installation life of the machinery and the last one is scrap value. These are the three factors which we consider at the time once we are calculating the depreciation. Now, we will talk about the different methods of the depreciation. How this depreciation actually being calculated? The very first is fixed percentage on original cost, fixed installment or the straight line method. Usually, it is famous with the straight line method name, and it is also known that the fixed percentage on original cost and fixed installments. The name itself saying that once the fix is there, the amount of percentage will be fixed. The percentage of the amount depreciation would be fixed. That is why we have taken fixed percentage on the original cost, and the fixed installment means every year you are supposed to pay the same amount, there would not be any change, and the straight line method means you are doing in the same way. Second method, which is also popular, that is fixed percentage on diminishing balance or reducing installment. Diminishing and reducing means what? Once you are charging the depreciation is charged on the book value, it will be goes down. There would be decrease in the, we subtract the depreciation every year, and the balance on the balance amount will calculate next year depreciation. Reducing balance method, RBM, or the written down value method. It is famous with the written down value method. We will study one by one. The very first is a straight line method. In this method, an equal amount of depreciation is deducted every year from the asset. Every year with how many years it is working, it is necessary to know that the number of years of the machinery life. That is why take it like working life of the asset also we understand. So, the calculating this amount of depreciation, we use the formula cost of the asset minus the scrap value. As I just told you, the different factors, there were the three factors which is affecting the calculation of depreciation. One was the cost and the installation charges, other one is the number of years, and the third one was the scrap value. So, we are taking all these three all together. Cost of the asset, in this cost we include the installation charges also. So, cost of the asset, and we will minus subtract the scrap value from that, and number of years will divide it by the number of years. It will now we will came to know about the amount of depreciation which we need to deduct from every year. Now, we will talk about the rate of depreciation. percentage of depreciation. The depreciation can be calculated, that amount of depreciation divided by total cost of asset into 100. By this we will get the percentage amount, and this percentage will help you to calculate the depreciation. Now, what is the benefits and demerits or merits of the straight line method? As it is very simple, as you can understand by the formula also, it is very simple to calculate and very easy to calculate. Understanding is also easy. It is a simple method. In this method, asset can be depreciated up to the estimated scrap value, and in this method it is easy the amount of the depreciation. We calculate easily, we calculate the depreciation, because every year you are charging the same percentage of the depreciation. So, every year you are not supposed to calculate so much things, but there are just a percentage of the depreciation, you are just putting it on the book value of the cost of the asset and doing the subtracting the scrap value and dividing it with the number of years. What are the demerits of this? The very first is, there is no arrangement of interest on capital invested in this method. Second talks about, with this passage of time, work efficiency and the asset decrease and the repair expenses increases. As a result, it is in the later year there is no load on the profit and loss, more load on the profit and loss statement. Why is it so? Because you are using it hard, very rigorously, and due to the passage of time it is also creating a load on the profit and loss statement. So, what we have came to know, the profit is, it is very simple, easy to understand, and we consider all the scrap values, and it is easy to withdraw the percentage of depreciation, because we are using the same percentage method, same percentage for year by year. There is no change as per the law of the consistency, the convention of the consistency. It always say that there should be a firm decision about the charging the depreciation. At the life of the depreciation passes, you can, at the life of the machinery passes, you cannot change the method of charging the depreciation. Once you are using the straight line method for charging depreciation for your machinery, it will be same. But if you are charging the withdrawal method, written down method, it will be same for the long year, but you cannot change this method in between the year. Diminishing value method, also known as the written down value method. By this method, what we will do, some asset become quite old to normally used to for the downgrading. Under this method of depreciation charge for the book value for the each year, and with depreciation goes on decreasing every year. Suppose if you are charging depreciation 500 rupees every year, or the cost the asset costing rupees, suppose 10,000, every year you will minus this amount, it will come out. Now, next depreciation would be charged on the 9,500. This amount written down value method, again the same procedure will be there. The book value will continuously be changing. You would not be charging this on the cost of the asset, you would be charging on the book value. The formula for this is 1 minus n under root s divided by c. What is r? R is the depreciation rate in the percentage, s is the residual value or the scrap value, and the cost of the asset and useful life of the asset, n is the useful life of the asset. Applicability of AS 6, this is the accounting standard 6. Accounting standard 6 is applicable to all depreciable assets excepting the following. On the we can charge the depreciation on every fixed asset, but these are some assets on which we do not charge the depreciation. The very first is forest, plantation and other similar regenerating natural resources. We won't charge the depreciation on that, because these are the assets which are regenerating the commodities. Wasting assets, expenditures on research and development, there would not be any depreciation on it. Every year there would be increase in the research and development expenses. Goodwill, it will not never be depreciated. Livestock means somebody is having different animals like cows and buffaloes and selling the milk, what is this? This is also the asset. This is which kind of asset? It is the livestock. It is never being depreciated. Why is it so? Because it is generating more and more profit. There is no fixed value for this. There is no any kind of depreciation on this. As you take care of your animal, as you take care of your different animals, that they will give you more return. Land, unless it has a limited life. Land is also not depreciated unless it is having the limited life. Now, we are coming to the merits and demerits of the depreciation method for written down value method. The very first is, it is simple to understand, providing depreciation the fixed rate applied for the book value or written down value on the asset. As I told you, it is always charged on the book value. This method is quite popular and easy, and to provide the uniform charges of services of the asset throughout of the life. What it means, that you are supposed to charge the depreciation on the book value. Very easy to understand, and it is quite popular and easy, and it is also charging the uniform charge for the services. What are the demerits for this? Using this method, the value of asset cannot be become 0. It is difficult to ascertain popular rate of depreciation. In this method also, there is no provision for interest on capital invested in the asset, as it was same in the earlier method, straight line method also. The difference between these two is, it is being calculated on the book value, but the earlier method, the straight line method, is always calculated on the cost of the asset, and it is always on a fixed rate. But once you are calculating the depreciation on written down value method, once you are deducting from the book value, the amount will goes continuously down. There would be change in the depreciation also. So far we have talked about the what is depreciation, what is depletion, what is the amortization. We talk about the how this depreciation actually occur due to the natural wear and tear it happening, due to the obsolescence of the technology. This depreciation is charged. This is actually expenses for the business, and it never carry the cash. This is the expenses which do not carry the cash, but it should be recorded in the profit and loss account to know the actual value of the asset. We include it for the because why we are charging the depreciation? We are charging the depreciation to have a clarity about the future replacement requirement, so that at the time of replacement there would not be any burden on that, on the company. For more references, you can I always prefer this S.N. Maheshwari book. You can do the practical questions. In the next lecture, I would be covering about the practical numerical illustrations for the charging the depreciation, where we will talk about the different accounts, machinery accounts, and this depreciation account as also. With this, thank you so much.